Welcome to Becoming Saiyans.
A Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. I'm Truman.
And I'm Jesse.
And this is Becoming Saiyans, a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast. On today's episode, we watched episodes 94 and 95 of Dragon Ball, titled Stepping Down and Goku vs. Krillin. In the first episode, came out in Japan on December 30th, 1987. And in America, it came out on December 19th, 2002. While the next episode, Goku vs. Krillin, came out on January 6th, 1988. And in America on December 20th, 2002. Jumping into some differences from the manga and some trivia. Some of the differences from the manga is the whole scene at Papaya Hospital with the nurse getting the radio and everything is there, but it does explain the appearance of the radio in the manga, where they just have it after everything going on, you know. Like later on, during later parts, they show them with the radio, but they don't really explain it in the manga. Tien and Jackie's fight is expanded at the start, with the former jumping into the air, all the stuff that, like, the fight's just expanded a bit. Bulma launched Puar, not there. They're with Yamcha. And that Bulma Puar's remarks that Tien's was Kamehameha was scary were said in the manga by random tournament spectators. In the manga, Jackie is able to get back up on a 5 count, but here in the anime, it took almost the full 10 count. In the anime, Shin tricks Jackie into revealing himself, blah, 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 but that doesn't happen. In the anime, Shin uses the telepathy to do other stuff, but in the manga, he tells him the normal way. Some trivia for this episode is Tien dives down towards Jackie. His stance is very similar to the Nam crossarm dive, which I kind of noticed that too.
I picked it up, yeah.
But it also might be a callback to Tien beating the crap out of Nam in the preliminaries. Mm-hmm. Just like how he also, steals the Kamehameha. Like, he's just being like, I'm going to use your own tricks against you and the tricks of your friends.
I learned by literally watching one time, which is kind of a Goku thing as well.
Yeah. In the Japanese version, Goku asked Krillin how the announcer was able to see Tien's kick while the blinding solar flare was in effect, where Krillin, responds that he must have been due to the sunglasses. And the English dub changed to why Jackie was talking to Tien so much, and that he was too tired to continue the match. And that Krillin responded with Jackie being invincible and was part of the plan. The woman who Jackie sees in the crowd is the muscular lady from Goku's rival, and also later on in the final blow, or later on in the show in the first tournament saga.
Yeah.
In the English version, when Jackie tells Tien that he's making a mistake serving Shin, Tien barks back that he's correcting one. In the the Japanese version, Jackie asks Tien if he's going to show him a dirty magazine, and Tien rebukes by saying, "Why would I have such things?" Which, valid. Why would Tien's still not an adult, fully grown, to the point where he's an old man and buys those things, which is canonical. Every old man in this universe has them, it seems.
Yeah, see, every old man we have an extended period of time with is kind of pervy.
Differences from the manga: Jackie is shown walking out of the arena and passing upset fans and cheering up a girl. All of that's added to the anime, that whole part. Before the match starts, non-combatants discuss who the winner of the match will be. Launch saying, in the Japanese version, that since Goku has more experience, he's obvious it's going to be him. But this isn't in the manga because we already talked about it during the last thing. But only Oolong and Turtle are there. As a side effect, Oolong and Turtle's musings are that this will be a great match. We're replaced with all of that, There's a panel in the manga where some of the spectators watch in Oz Goku and Krillin's match that's replaced with the gang cheering them on. So instead of some of the random spectators being like, "Ooh, wow," like Colonel Sanders, which we pointed out. Krillin's flashback to his training is not there. Roshi's pathos over his cousin Jackie Chung dying are more evident in the anime. Also, before he tells Tien the reasons for him hiring Jackie, he can fight in the tournament. He sneezes, blows his nose. All that stuff is added to the manga, or added from the manga. Yeah. There's a song that's played one last time when they start to fight seriously in the Japanese version. The English dub didn't use it, but since we didn't watch it, we don't know that. And that's all we have as far as differences and trivia. So, previously on Dragon Ball. The match continues between Jackie and Tien, with Tien showing that he has great strength, but also not being able to crack Jackie. When suddenly, Shin starts to notice some weird things that are going on, and then decides to brainwash Jackie Chun into looking at the women, and then making him believe that he is Master Roshi in disguise. Whereas Master Roshi, which is actually Jackie Chun, who's been brainwashed, steps off of the ring and steps out of the match, ending the match. In the second episode, Goku and Krillin start warming up, while Tien has an existential crisis in front of Roshi, and also Jackie Chun, rest in peace, got killed off screen and we never saw them again. And that's what you missed on Dragon Ball. Jesse, go for it.
So we can stop the Jackie Chun bit, right?
No, I just explained it, Jesse.
No, we can stop it.
Look, I even wrote it down. Dang it. Shen brainwashed Jackie into believing he was Roshi. And then later on, it's like, wait, Jackie Chun died? What BS? They killed off one of the best characters off screen?
No,
So he brings out his cousin to beat up his students, and then when he decides to give up, he just dies? What are we talking about?
Jackie Chun, man, literally too Roshi to die.
He just vanished. He got Thanos out of existence when he walked off.
Well, actually, no, we saw what happened to him. He put him in a suitcase.
Oh, he put what was the remains of Jackie into a suitcase before he could build a memorial shrine for him.
Roshi killed Jackie.
No.
Because Jackie failed him. There you go. That's a good explanation.
And so then Jackie...
If we're not going to admit what's actually true.
And so then Roshi's going to build a Jackie shrine on Roshi's 5-star hotel he's building. And it'll be...
The Jackie Memorial Hotel.
Yeah, the Jackie Chun Memorial Hotel. It's where all the second place fighters go.
Yeah. No, these are actually, like, again... pretty good episodes. I will say there is like fluff to them, obviously. Like we listed off the fact that there was fluff to them.
Yeah.
But the fluff is enjoyable fluff.
Yeah. It's
very world building stuff.
The only problem I had as far as fluff was the whole flashback to Krillin, but I also didn't feel like it didn't last too long and it didn't seem uber unnecessary.
It didn't last too long, and it also kind of filled in the gaps that we didn't get to see them doing stuff.
Yeah.
When they were flashing around during those episodes, we were mostly following Goku.
Yeah.
Before the tournament saga.
We see that Krillin really did put in the work.
Like it was an impressive montage of him training him, like
pulling
with himself
boat
and
while
also
swimming.
just doing stuff. Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. That's like Goku level. Like
it's why when you flash back between like the fight and what the conversation Roshi and Tien are having, where it's like, oh no, like this is actually a pretty even fight so far.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it makes sense.
And then we have like my notes start out with, yeah, these are good episodes. I enjoy these episodes. They're not the best of the best, but they're very, again, like we like to say, high floor, not that high ceiling, mid-sized ceiling. They're not going to blow you.
A slightly high mid-sized ceiling.
Yeah.
Because like the fighting scenes in these episodes.
Yeah. I wrote down a lot, like, man, some good fight choreography. This was some good fighting, like in both fights.
This is what you would. This is the type of level you expect in like a semifinal of any sort of tournament, and no matter the sport or if you're watching a video game competition, like you expect it to be this competitive.
And also very limited amount of special moves.
Like it's just people going at it like dogs.
Yes. Because does Tien use the solar flare and then a Kamehameha on Jackie? Yes.
That's like the finishing move.
Yeah, he uses the Kamehameha as basically a finisher. And he uses the solar flare as his first finisher that he's thinking he's going to win with. It just doesn't happen to work,
It doesn't happen to work because Jackie / Roshi is built different.
Jackie is built different.
I'm so tired of this bit.
What bit?
This bit.
The fact that Jackie is a real character by himself that Roshi knows because it's his cousin and that he knows loves to fight and he brings him out every few years.
It's going to be real funny when people listen to this episode And they're like, that's our first message. They're going to be from these episodes. She's like, just end it already. End the bit.
There's no bit. It's true. Dang it, Jesse.
It's like, we see the TikTok comment on one of the videos
that
we posted. That was a clip of you talking about how how Roshi's a good cousin to Jackie. And someone was like, what are they talking about?
Like, what is this? And it's like, well, maybe you should watch the episodes and you'll see how Jackie is a great fighter and Roshi's a great cousin. Okay?
And teacher, to be fair.
And teacher and sensei and master.
It's the moments where he has with like Tien in these episodes where it's like, okay, yeah, this is why people like Roshi.
Before we get there, I do want to continue along.
Yeah.
Just really good, like, because at one point, like, Tien has pushed Roshi to the edge of the ring.
Yeah, Roshi's literally like he's hanging off the edge, and then he's like, just like the front half of his foot is in the ring still.
So then, yeah, Jackie climbs back, and he gets in like an arm lock with Tien, and I was like, that is some strong strategy. I kept yelling he's gonna pull a Bowser move. On Tien, because like if you guys know Super Smash Bros, Bowser has his up B, grapple plus up B, because you grab the person and then you jump up into the air and then you slam down into the ground and you die, but also they die first because they're underneath you. And so like the way you can cheese people if they don't know it very well is you can grab them at the edge of the ring and then just jump off the ring 3 times in a row and you win, because like they can't really break out of it, and then you get to take them down with you, and it's like your death happens right after their death, so you don't lose. Just in case you guys didn't know that. And so I thought it's
a really funny strategy that will not work in an actual competitive setting, because you know people are prepared for it.
And also Bowser doesn't get used in competitive because he's too slow.
He sucks, yeah. He's not a good character.
He's fun to play with when you're playing on like a wild like 8-player match or whatever. But when you're going 1-on-1 with somebody, Bowser's just too slow to like fight, like hold on, you know.
Yeah.
But this is not
Super
Smash Bros. I don't know enough about the game to be able to have a podcast about that. But what I do know a lot about is Dragon Ball and Jackie being an amazing fighter. And also passing out some sage wisdom, which is like kind of out of character for him, sort of, but also not really, because he does like to pass out wisdom.
He's so much like Roshi. It's so crazy.
I mean, great cousins think alike.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's almost like they're like in each other's mind all the time.
Yeah.
It's like they're the same person.
They probably talk a lot, you know. Like they jump on the phone, they chat.
But we never see them talking together because they're never in the same place at the same time.
It's off screen, and they're talking through phones. Obviously.
I know I'm not gonna win, but I just want to be as annoying as possible.
And then the next.
This is gonna be our least listened to episode because it's just us two silent, like having a cold war over who's right, even though I know I'm right.
No, you're not. We have no proof that you are right.
We have literally an episode of proof.
Circumstantial evidence does not count in this body of law.
You're also working on circumstantial evidence.
I'm working on facts, dang it.
Yeah, factually circumstantial evidence.
Unfortunately, he passed away before we could ask him any questions.
Passed away.
Before we could ask him any questions.
Yeah. He conveniently died off screen, so we never had
I know, it's freaking BS, it's so too. Convenient. It's such bulllarky that they would kill off this important character
and then Roshi loaded up all of his possessions in a suitcase.
So he can build a memorial at Roshi Island.
He's gonna build a museum.
It's like Jason Todd in the Batcave. They have a Jason Todd.
Oh, well then that means he's gonna come back, because if he's Jason Todd, he might come back.
We could use the Dragon Balls to wish him back.
Yeah, then we'll have 2 Roshis, and we won't know what to do with them.
No, we'll have 1 Roshi and 1 Jackie.
Well, we just said Jackie and Roshi are basically alike, so then we'll have 2.
Well, no, Jackie will just go back to the mountains.
Maybe they can meet each other.
No, because Jackie will just go back to the mountains to train until the next martial arts.
No, they'll be on screen because they at least once, because they do revive in front of you.
That is true. We could see that. So, my next note.
This conversation.
My next note is Tien Shinhan used Flash. Jackie's evasion was lowered.
Jackie's, I think it's accuracy.
It's evasion. Flash lowers evasion because you can't move because it's too bright.
I could have sworn it was accuracy.
No. It's evasion.
But you're more competitive Pokemon. But also Flash is not a competitive Pokemon move.
Yeah. Flash does no damage, and it just lowers your evasion.
I'm gonna Google this real quick because I could have sworn as a kid it lowered accuracy.
I'm like 95% sure.
This is the Googling moment of the podcast. Lowers the target's accuracy.
Oh dang! It does lower accuracy.
Yeah, Flash lowers the target's accuracy.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
in generations 1 to 3, it has a 70% chance to hit.
Yeah, listen. We don't need to talk about Gen 1, especially.
The Z move raises evasiveness 1 stage in addition to its usual accuracy level.
Okay,
so that like doubles the effect.
Yeah. But anyways, back to this. I just really thought that was a good moment where he just like blinds the entire ring, which is also a crazy move to be able to have. Like it's
a crazy move to be able to have. It's also the most inconvenient move for someone to do in the middle of a fighting tournament when people are trying to enjoy the fight.
Yeah, just now they're completely blinded.
Yeah, flashbang the entire arena for like 30 seconds.
Luckily, the announcer seemed to know what was going on because he had sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
He was ready for it.
I think even he was stunned for a little bit, though.
And that's when Jackie, when Jackie is on the ground and he's getting the 10 count and he gets up. This is the first moment where Jackie is able to get between the ears of Tien.
Yeah.
He he's getting to him. He says like the whole thing of like, yeah, you're using. It's like, you know how you can't let the rage fuel you because you're not going to be able to beat me like that. You're not thinking about your moves, and in that case, you're just a dumb brawler.
You're just a brute at this point.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to win like this. And like at one point, Tien's like, I did enough to hit you, and he's like, yeah, but not enough to knock me out. So
not enough to win. That's the difference.
Yeah, we can stand at a stalemate for as long as you want, and then eventually Jackie just steps out, but not before Shin pulls out a dastardly mind control trick, and this is where Shin tells Jackie that there's lovely ladies that are cheering for him. So Jackie turns around to look, and that's when Shin's able to get into his brain and make him think that he is Roshi. And because of that, now we have 2 Roshis canonically, because we have Roshi that's in the bathroom. He's been in a long line using the bathroom. And then we have Jackie, who's now been brainwashed into believing that he's his cousin Roshi. And it's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe that they allowed this to go on. This dirty tricks and this tomfoolery. Don't you believe that?
Yeah, no. It's like it's
Jesse, I'm laying it all out for you.
You're laying it all out for me, but it's wrong.
My math is concrete. My evidence is insurmountable. Does or does not Shin speak to Jackie in his mind?
Yeah, he speaks to Jackie in his mind, being like, I know that you're Roshi, you idiot.
Yeah, that right there sounds like hypnotic suggestion, Jesse. He's hypnotizing Jackie into believing he's Roshi. And what would Roshi do when faced upon or faced with a opponent such as Tien? He would pull some tomfoolery, like giving up the fight so that he could try to get it, influence him in some way. This just all sounds like what Roshi would do in this situation.
Yeah, it's almost like he's Roshi.
Which is why the hypnotic suggestion works so well. He's able to hypnotize Jackie into believing he's Roshi, and then he starts to act like Roshi. I can't believe this.
One of these days I'm gonna bring some white out, and I'm just gonna white out Jackie Chun on that pop figure we have behind you.
Oh yes. Let's not forget that Jackie has his own.
I'm gonna put JC Jackie parentheses Roshi Chun,
which we also have a Master Roshi Funko Pop. That's Exhibit A. That's irrefutable proof that there are 2 separate characters here, Jesse, and I can't believe it. But anyways, if you're not following along, Jackie does.
I don't think anyone's following along at this point.
Jackie does.
I think everyone turned it off the first time we had this conversation.
So Jackie steps out of the ring.
Our listen time's going to be at the floor. It's going to be in the basement.
I'm telling you, Jackie Chung, he exists in the hearts and minds of all the true believers. But Jackie does give up at the end of the.
It's like, well, now you're just treating him like the Tooth Fairy.
And he steps out of the ring, and that's the end of the first episode. So, going into the second episode, we see that Jackie is walking off into the sunset, apparently to get killed by somebody.
Honestly, at this point, if we're really just going strong with it, he's probably gonna like, what is it, seppuku or whatever? Where...
Oh no, I got it. Theory crafting. He is, since you want to believe that he's Roshi so much, okay? There's no proof for that, but since you want to believe that he is Roshi so much, what if he is a manifestation of all of Roshi's fighting prowess? And the moment that that Jackie loses, he ceases to exist because he was just all of Roshi's fighting, and since now Jackie has been defeated, that means he's no longer like Roshi, and so now he ceased to exist.
And then he becomes Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, then he becomes Colonel Sanders. Who, by the way,
the problem with that, I think Colonel Sanders shows up in the Jackie Chun fight, though. So
no, Colonel Sanders shows up in between the Goku, right before the Goku Krillin fight, because it's in that second episode.
Yeah, you know what? And then he became Colonel Sanders because he lost all the Roshi within him. Yeah. So then he just became like a little white mustache and white hair.
But yeah, he walks off into the sunset, and then that's all we have of Jackie Chun gone too soon. Gone but not forgotten.
We can all agree he became Colonel Sanders after losing all the aspects of Roshi.
Yeah, after losing, losing that the character who was Jackie, who had been molded by Roshi's fighting prowess, well, it turns out to actually be Colonel Sanders.
And then he created Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Looking good.
And he sold it so good on Christmas, and now it's like an official Japanese Christmas Day meal.
Yeah,
it's just getting a big old KFC family meal for Christmas. It's a real thing. You can Google it and look it up.
Oh no, I know about this.
I want to like do the ADHD thing and go off on another tangent about a KFC, but I don't feel like I should.
Yeah, you've already fought me too much on this Jackie Chun thing.
But it involves a statue of Colonel Sanders and a curse on a football club, and it's really funny.
We don't have time for it right now. If you want to bring up soccer stuff, Jesse, I can bring up soccer stuff for you. And it starts with the letter A.
We should probably get back to
it. It starts with the letter A.
We should get back to the episode.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So then we see Tien having like a Kylo Ren Darth Vader freak out montage where he's just so angry, he's just punching and kicking stuff.
Just wasting water. If Nam was still conscious, he would be so mad.
Yeah, if Nam was still with us, he would be devastated with all this water.
He's alive. He's just probably still in a coma.
Yeah, but all the water that's being wasted in this moment is insane.
Tien just became an AI data center for a second.
Yeah.
Just so wasteful.
And then we have the whole lead up to the Goku and Krillin. So most of this episode is Goku and Krillin, like the pre-start to the fight, like the sizing up, the crowd shots, all that stuff. Some very little fighting at the end is kind of the A plot of the episode, because that episode's titled Goku versus Krillin, so therefore this has to be the A plot.
Yeah.
But the B plot of this episode is where the real fun stuff happens.
It's hard to argue what the A plot is. I will say I think the Goku Krillin like actually fighting gets a little bit more screen time.
Yeah, but it's close, and the reason I'm giving the edge to
it's
because the name of the episode. That's obviously what they meant to be the A plot of the episode.
Yeah. But I will say the B plot that we're calling it on this episode is, as we stated, a reason why people love Roshi as a character.
So after Tien has his like emo kid breakdown where he punches and kicks a bunch of stuff, he hunts down Roshi, who is mourning the loss of his dear friend Jackie, who'd ceased to exist as soon as he got off screen.
He must not have saw him transform into Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, but all he saw was his hairpiece in his robes.
Yeah.
And so it's very
it's crazy he was hiding that white suit underneath white suit and bow tie.
Yeah.
Little bow tie underneath that suit.
No, it's once he ceased to become Jackie, all that fell off, and then he was reformed as Colonel Sanders.
He had like a Sailor Moon magical girl transformation.
But anyways, we see
he learned how to cook really good really good stuff.
But we see Roshi mourning the loss there, and then Tien walks up and says, "Hey, why'd you give up? Like, was it because you couldn't beat me, or was it because of something else?" And then Roshi sneezes into a napkin, or sneezes, then blows his nose into a napkin and gives it to him. And his line is, outside of some wisdom, this is all I can give you. And it's like, what?
And then Tien just throws it on the ground
as a litter bug,
and then it rolls away. And Roshi's just like, "Oh, no one steps on that."
Yeah. And then we get into it where Tien like goes at him, basically being like, "Why? Why this whole ruse? Why imbue Colonel Sanders with your fighting power so he can fight in here?" And he says, "Well, you see, the whole thing with this tournament is that it's not very good. There should be age limits and that kind of thing, so that you don't have like." He doesn't say that, but like the next steps logically would be like there should be some age division, some sort of differentiator, because there's no reason with how strong Goku and Krillin are, they could win any of these tournaments. Like if one of them didn't show up, the other one would win more likely than not.
Yeah.
And so being able to like telling them that they're the greatest fighter in the world would shatter their drive and their motivation and their will to get stronger.
In theory,
we know that like Goku, because, and this is something that comes out later on, which I think you know, is like when his alien race is a warrior race, so like they're like genetically want to fight somebody. They always are wanting something stronger, a better challenge.
Like their genetic, like it's in their DNA to always want to overcome the next challenge.
Yeah,
like there's always something they want to set their mind to.
Yeah, they're like, well, I might be the strongest character on this world, but there's other worlds out there. Maybe there's somebody stronger than me. I might be the strongest character in this universe, but there's a multiverse. Maybe there's somebody stronger out there besides me. Like that's the whole thing, is like they're never satisfied with their strength, and they're, even if they like, you know, later on with another character who shows up, it's like, even if like Goku knows he's stronger than that person, he also knows that person is trying 1,000,000 times harder, and so I gotta try 1,000,000,000 times harder.
Yeah.
Because they're going to try to catch me, and I can't let them.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the next thing on the list there. But like, let's say that Goku doesn't show up because he runs late one time and misses the
registration. He almost missed it this time.
If Goku misses the registration and Tien and Chiatsu like weren't there, Krillin would win this tournament. What do you think that would do to his ego? He already is a cocky son of a gun. Like, if he was then titled named the greatest fighter in the entire world, like,
he would probably start wrestling on his laurels.
Yeah, he would rest on his laurels, and then the next time some world-shattering entity shows up, he wouldn't be ready.
Or like, just like a world threat, like the Red Ribbon Army or something.
Yeah, he wouldn't be ready. Like, and that's like the whole conceit, which this is the conceit for Roshi / Jackie last tournament. The whole reason why Roshi like called up his cousin Jackie or imbued Colonel Sanders with the power last tournament was so that like they would be able to stop this. But now it's even like Roshi like looks and Jackie's able to sense that like, I can't beat Goku. Like, I can't even beat you, Tien. Like, I might be able to win, but at what cost, you know? And so being able, like, looking at it, and like, he's like, I gave up not because I couldn't beat you, but because I couldn't beat him, and I know you might be able to, but you got to get your head on straight, basically, which is like constant. Like, he's given him like a bunch of non-answers and like a way that's like sage wisdom. Like, he's given him the right answer, but not in the way that he wants to hear it.
He's doing the classic thing that, like, as a teacher, you want to do, where you're like, I'm not going to give you the answer, but I'm going to give you everything I can for you to get the right answer.
Yeah, because like my favorite one is he's like, I have a joke written down about it too, but it's like, before we tell the joke, we'll come back to the joke.
Yeah.
But it's like Roshi being telling him like, you are not a killer. Like, you want to kill people for sure, but you're not a killer because you have a conscience. And he brings up like Tao, or Tien brings up, I want to be better than Tao, and he's like, well, yeah, Tao was a killer, maybe a natural born killer, like might be the best killer of all time, like on this earth, But you don't have that ability because you have a soul. Like, Tao does not have a soul. He lost his soul way before your age.
Tao was willing to kill 2 children.
Yeah.
That he just met after killing the father of one of them.
Yeah. You
don't have that ruthlessness.
You're not built like that, and that's for the better.
It's like, what made Tao so good is that he was willing to kill kids if they got in his way.
But what Tien hears is that a challenge? I can be a killer? This is the third eye of a killer, Roshi! Which is a joke about, like, this is the skin of a killer, Bella.
You would laugh way harder if you if you're a part of the conversation before we started watching these episodes. Yeah. Because we were talking about Robert Pattinson.
And if that intrigues you, you should know, before we watched the episodes and then started recording, we talked for about 45 minutes to an hour just about random crap.
We're like eating.
Yeah, just like random crap. Whatever was going on. Just general tomfoolery. Yeah. Which we would be more than willing to let you guys listen to if that was something you'd want. We can add some of that to the beginning of the episode. We could do some preamble to the beginning of the episode.
I will also state here where it's like, we've kind of set out to just do this as like an anime rewatch podcast. So that feels like more of like, if there's ever a time where we had enough people listening and like we had the ability to like make extras.
Yeah.
That could be like an extra thing we make where maybe every month we sit down and like talk about stuff.
Yeah, I'd be down for that, like a bonus episode of just like random crap, even mailbags or whatever.
Even if it's like years in the future, we have like a Patreon, and that's like a Patreon thing. It's like you have a monthly bonus, just chit chat, question and answer thing.
Yeah, I would love to do a mailbag episode.
Yeah,
we'd have to have mail to do a mailbag episode,
or just questions. Like,
yeah,
that's why I'm like, if we have a point where we set up a Patreon, we can have Patreon questions.
Yeah,
like that.
But what I was saying, when I say mailbag, I mean like just anything out there.
Yeah.
Like we already brought up the one TikTok comment we got that was like, "What are you guys talking about?"
What is he even talking about? Which was, it made me laugh more than it should have. Yeah. Like I saw that comment. I'm like, that dude gets it.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it, but he gets it.
He gets what we're going for, but he doesn't understand.
He didn't ask for this TikTok to come across this TikTok page, but he listened enough to leave a comment. And you know what? That's more than probably most people who saw that TikTok.
Yeah. And so, then jumping back into it, though, Roshi is, like, fully getting in between the ears of Tien here. He is psychologically, like, trying to break this guy.
I wouldn't necessarily think, like, I think psychologically...
Not in, like, a bad way, but he's planting seed. Like, he's trying to break him because he needs to be broken, so he'll be open to change. Not, like, in, like, a way, like... You know, normally when you hear somebody say they're trying to psychologically break somebody, they're meaning it in, like, a evil way.
Yeah, like, Roshi's kind of doing the thing that Goku does on accident, but he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I truly feel we are setting it up for a situation where, like, in the final, like, when he's fighting Goku, it's gonna hit him. Like, he's gonna finally understand what Roshi has told him in this moment. That's like that's an early prediction here. Like, obviously, I have him and Goku fighting in the final.
Yeah.
Goku winning the next episode against Krillin and having a good, like, 2-episoder against Tien.
Maybe even longer.
It could be longer. Yeah. But it's like, it's setting up for that moment where it's like, he's gonna have that epiphany moment in the middle of fighting Goku.
Yeah. Where he's like...
Roshi's just planting those seeds, and he's betting on that fight sowing the seeds.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it's just, like, Roshi is constantly being like, you are great. We could use somebody like you in this universe. Right now, as far as superheroes go in this universe, we got Goku and his sidekick Krillin. Yamcha was on the list, like, as like a B-list Justice Leaguer, but you broke his leg, dang it.
It's like, there's two things going on with Yamcha. You broke his leg, and he also was kind of mostly there to take on the other, like, weakest sidekick.
Yeah. And then
you have me, who's like, I am slowly not getting to the level I need to now.
The levels of villainy are reaching and surpassing levels I can reach.
Yeah.
And we've got your buddy Chiatsu, which I assume if you went good, we would get him too. And that would be nice to fill out a nice roster of people to help fight. unfortunately for us, we got to get you there first.
It's like there's a war coming. We need as many soldiers as possible.
And he's like, screw you guys. I'm going to do my own thing.
I'm going to go kill people.
I'm going to be the strongest killer ever. I'll show you. I'll kill so many people. And that's basically...
I'm going to kill so hard.
And that's like, as Roshi's walking away, that's basically what Tien's yelling at him. And Roshi's like, sure, whatever you say, Mr. Killer Man. You know better than me. And he's like, you're right, I'm a killer. I'm going to be the biggest killer of all time. And then we can jump back to the fight, because that's basically in between like the rounds of the fight.
This conversation has happened kind of back and forth.
Yeah.
Through a couple, like 1 or 2 flashes back and forth.
Yeah. And
then a very neck and neck fight between Goku and Krillin. But beginning, like the setup where like it's like the drums start playing, that was so epic. Like the drum beats, we see
Colonel Sanders.
We see old Colonel Sanders-ified Jackie Chun now. Yeah, that's our true headcanon now. He became Colonel Sanders.
He's able to watch and be able to say, "That's my boys.
That's my boys."
Yeah, their finger looking good.
Yeah, I wrote that. I made a joke like it's gonna be a finger looking good match.
Yeah, but then we get it. Krillin gets a good move. Krillin gets a couple good moments in this fight where he gets to kick Goku so hard they replay it 3 times, and he's like sending Goku catapulting towards the ground. But then Goku gets a superhero landing there, and then he goes to like
as Tien gets back, like this is as Tien's walking back into the arena. Yeah. He sees Goku get launched from like high by Krillin, and land this, and then like go to launch a counterattack.
And this is where we bring back Super Smash Bros. Who knew this was going to be a Super Smash Bros. Podcast today? But Krillin pulls off a Jigglypuff or Kirby move. Because in those games, both of those characters like suck in a lot of air to float some more.
Floaters.
Yeah, and then Krillin does the same thing. He sucks in a bunch of air.
Slows his fall.
Slow his fall
so Goku misses.
Yeah.
Because Goku goes through like a high jump kick.
Yeah, instead of just pulling a nom, where he like as soon as like Krillin's near the ground, just slide swiping him out of the arena.
Yeah,
he goes for like the killer blow in the midair, trying to end it faster apparently. But Krillin is able to do a Jigglypuff Kirby move and just
and then land safely. And then they just keep brawling back and forth.
Yeah, and this is where we also cut to Roshi again, where he's standing on his staff, perfectly posed, like above the crowd watching, and it's like he's a proud papa. He's like, he even gives like a smirk, like, look at these guys.
Look at them go.
I trained these guys.
I done good.
These are my first like trainees in a while, and they're doing great.
A very long time.
Yeah. And then the last thing that gets said in this episode before we cut to black, basically, is Tien looking and seeing Roshi and being like, "Oh, you want me to be a hero? Well, I'll show you how much of an anti-hero you can be." And this is where I wrote down, anti-hero still is a hero. Like,
they still have their moments.
Yeah, like Punisher is still a hero, even though he is a murderer. He is also like a killer or a hero.
Yeah.
Deadpool is an assassin, but he's also a hero. Like, when the chips are down, they make the right decision. And so, with that, that's all I have for the episode, unless you've got something else.
No, I mean, we hit most everything that I had written down. Like, we hit it exactly how I wrote it down, but we hit the point that I was making with it.
Which one was that?
Like, you like just talking about like him being like, I'm gonna be a killer, and how anti-heroes are all like you can be an anti-hero. That's fine. That's better. That's better than you are right now.
Yeah, that's better than being a villain. Like, we'll take that. We take those. It's like from 30 Rock. We count those. Those are us.
That one's ours.
Yeah. And so, Jesse, with that, I guess then we'll get into our prediction segment, where you predicted that Jackie would concede. You were wrong, because brainwashed Jackie, who was Roshi at the time, conceded.
He effectively conceded. But
I'm joking.
I was like, if you don't want to count it, I'm not going to take it.
No,
like he did exactly. He did that, but like in the most roundabout way he could.
Yeah, I was just joking. And then in Goku versus Krillin, you said that was only going to be part 1 of a 2-part fight. Mm-hmm. You were also correct.
Is that correct?
So Jesse,
I'm learning.
Yeah. So Jesse, looking at episode 96 and 97, do you want to hear the titles of these episodes?
Yes, please.
It's called Tails Tale. Like tail, like the thing.
Tail.
Apostrophe S. Tail, like the story.
Telltale.
Well, it's tail, like the tail, like
yeah, Telltale.
Yeah, Tails tell.
Tails tell.
Yeah.
So like it's the Tails tell.
Yeah, it's like the story that is being told by
Who's
the
on
Tails.
first?
Yeah. What's on second?
Okay. I hope you get that. I hope audience gets that. If you don't, ask your parents.
And if they don't, ask your grandparents.
And if they don't, I guess just give up.
Yeah, and if they don't, there's this magical, mystical thing called YouTube.
And if they don't, just like go to I don't know, Blockbuster.
It's on the full skit is on YouTube. I've watched it multiple times.
Great skit.
But then episode 97 is called Final Match. Goku versus Tien. So Jesse, what do you think are gonna happen in these episodes? I saw that and I was like, well, this is gonna give you an easy guess.
Let me tell you, this is a guess I was already gonna say. As my bracket went, the only part of my bracket that busted was Krillin actually beating Shiatsu, which in hindsight I should have guessed, but I was giving more credit to like the villains being more villainous. But yeah. So obviously Goku wins. Wins the match.
What do you think they mean by Tails tail?
Tails tail. Well, I think like the only tail we know of in the show is like Goku's tail. So maybe there's like, and it's tails TAIL
apostrophe S.
Yeah, and then tail
TALE.
Yeah. Not tell TELL.
Yeah, not Telltale like the games.
Yeah.
No, not that one.
I don't know. Maybe like Goku like has a story about it or something. Like maybe there's like a conversation like, cause like maybe Krillin probably goes to try to like use the tail as a weakness. Yeah. And Goku overcomes it, and there's there's a flashback tale about how Goku like learned to overcome his tail weakness. Yeah. That's the only logical place this goes in my brain. Now that I've thought it through a little bit, that's got to be it. And that's how Goku ends up winning, is that it doesn't work. It's like Krillin's last gasp to try to beat him. Yeah.
And then what do you think is going to happen in final match, Goku versus Tien?
If the fight starts like right at the beginning of the episode, or like it has started at the end of the last episode, of the first episode, like Tails tail, then it'll finish up, and I'm gonna guess. There's two things that can.
Do you want me to tell you something?
What?
You've got, after these two episodes, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 more episodes after these 2 episodes.
The 2 episode fight.
You think it's a 2 episode fight?
Yeah, I think it doesn't start till like mid episode.
Okay, all right.
But it's looking even, and then like the cliffhanger is going to be Tien kind of having an epiphany about Roshi, about what Roshi told him in these episodes at the end of the episode.
Okay. He has an epiphany.
Yeah, but no one will win yet.
Okay.
Or we have a whole lot of random stuff to do in the next 4 episodes or whatever.
Okay. All right. So just to remind you all at home, he predicts that Goku will win the first match. Krillin tries to use the tail, but we already know that doesn't work because somebody else tried to use the tail previously. Yeah. There's going to be a 2-episode fight in which Tien has an epiphany. So that's what we have as your predictions. So, Jesse, what was your worst part?
I mean, honestly, like these episodes don't really have like awful, terrible parts. Like even like the part that we kind of glossed over it, but it was in like the factoids of where like Yamcha's getting the radio in the beginning of the first episode. Like even that's like it has narrative sense to it,
and it fills in a gap that is there in the manga apparently.
Yeah, where it's like, obviously they're listening to the matches. They know what's going on. So, I mean, that's not that bad. Like, there's not really a pervy moment that's bad. Because it's just him turning around and seeing, like, the really big muscular girl.
I'll tell you what my worst part is.
What's your worst part?
Jackie Chung ceasing to exist as soon as the fight's over.
Yeah.
That's my worst part. One of my favorite characters is just gone. Second favorite
character. Gone, but he's now remembered how to make really good
Gone, but not forgotten. Jackie, may your holiness be upon us.
I'm buying a bucket of chicken in your honor.
Yes, Jackie.
Colonel Chun.
Yep. But Jesse, that's my worst part. I don't, like you said, you don't really seem to have one.
I mean, like, For me, because I enjoyed Jackie, and I'm sad that he's gone.
Yeah.
But he has served his purpose to the narrative at this point.
Yeah, he even kind of, like, Roshi even kind of says that, is like...
He's like, he's done what he did what he needed to.
Yeah.
Like that persona, that person has served their purpose and moved on to better things.
Yeah.
Like inventing finger-licking good chicken.
Yeah. So, Jesse, what's your best part, then?
Him inventing finger-licking.
Our conversation about Jackie Chun this episode was our favorite part. No, I'll tell you what my favorite part of these episodes were.
What?
Replaying it 3 times with Krillin, and Krillin sucking in the air and becoming a balloon.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be Krillin.
My boy Krillin.
I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's the conversation between Roshi and Tien, like at the end of the episode, where it's like it's such a great example of, like, as I stated in the episode, it's such a great example of like why Roshi is such a beloved character, even with all of his negative moments of being pervy, doing really quite scummy things. Yeah, it's like he's still, like, you have these moments where it's like he is a good character. He ultimately is serving a purpose of, like, he has a conscience. He is good. Yeah. He just has one glaring weakness, and it is women.
Yeah. And that's the reason I picked the Krillin moments, is because if I picked the Roshi moments, I knew you were also going to pick the Roshi moments.
Yeah.
And so I was picking something that I personally enjoy. If I were being, like, unbiased, the best part of this episode is the conversation between Tien and Roshi.
Like,
but I was picking the Krillin thing because I wanted to talk about, it's my boy Krillin. Probably going to be the last thing he does for this arc, basically, because we already know in 2 episodes he's out of the tournament. So
at least in 2 episodes.
Yeah, so I was going to say one last time before we say goodbye to Krillin for this arc. It was great to have you there. You pulled off some good moves. You were able to get a replay at 3 times on Goku.
I'm excited to see the end of the fight in the next episode.
I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to see what all happens. But yeah, I mean, obviously Roshi's part is the best part. Is the part we talked about most in this episode, outside of Jackie's departure from this universe.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like, that was the thing we talked about the most out of these 2 episodes, was, like, Roshi and his conversation.
Roshi's legitimately, like, just
pulling off sensei stuff.
Like, he's doing what a person in his role of this story should do. Yeah. He's teaching the new generation.
He even says it at one point. Is like, there's a new generation of fighters. I can't keep up. All I can do is try to help. Yeah,
I'm at the point where, like, I could beat them before I could barely beat them when I trained them, like, for a year the first time. Yeah. Now they have 3 more years under their belt. Actually, at least 4 more years under their belt or whatever. Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 more years now. It's like, I can't touch them.
Yeah.
Like, he figured that out when Goku just destroyed Pompa. He's like, I ain't touching that.
He found it out originally when he destroyed King Choppa.
That was the first moment. Then he saw, like,
because he literally, like, Jackie had an existential crisis after seeing that, where he's he's literally out there, like, stunned during his fight. But yeah, this is great characterization for Roshi. It shows why he can be everyone's favorites while having the glaring weakness that he has.
Like, as many people, why he can be a favorite to so many people.
Yeah, despite his glaring weakness,
his one ginormous glaring flaw that keeps coming up in these episodes when we talk about it.
And it almost feels like maybe it's a certain creator's flaw, which we can't get into because I don't know much about him. But it feels like it's either something he believes or it's something that's like just like a common joke in these shows that he's just bouncing onto. I don't know what came first, the trope or the character in this situation.
I think we're talking about Akira, like, and his propensity to write these types of old man characters. Yeah, I think he just enjoy, like, it's probably a really easy joke style character for him to fall back on when he needs a joke, but he doesn't want to, like, risk a serious character making a joke in a moment. Yeah, he's like, I'll make like in Dragon Ball, I'll just make Roshi do something weird.
Yeah,
like,
that is
easy.
True.
Yeah. It's like, because there are moments where you want to, like, insert a funny moment, but, like, you don't want to do it through the serious characters of the time. Yeah. So, like, you flash away to somebody doing something stupid.
Yeah.
And it's easy to write old man characters, especially at the time he was writing. It's easy to write old man characters doing something creepy.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows, no offense, but a lot of people in this world know a creepy old man.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a woman, you have probably multiple stories of creepy old men.
Yeah. Literally, the other day at work, one of my coworkers, there was a guy who came in, and after he left, she was like, I'm already done with the day. And it was like 9:30. And it was because that guy, like, apparently, like, winked at her, like, there's no way they listen, so that's why I'm saying this. But this older guy, like, winked at her apparently, like, 8 times while he was, like, she wasn't even helping him. I was helping him. And he just kept looking over and, like, winking. And it's like, she was like, I'm done with the day. Yeah, basically, like, she was like, I'm done. I'm leaving. I was like, I took this conversation with this guy to try to avoid this situation.
It still happened.
It still happened.
It's such a glaring point of just like, there's only so much you can do to alleviate situations like that.
But with that great note, we're gonna leave you on.
Very positive.
Thank you guys all for listening. If you like what you're hearing, remember to download, subscribe, rate, review, leave us a 5-star rating. You can also send us an email at becomingsayans@gmail.com. Or you can follow us and send us a DM on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok, all at Becoming Saiyans Pod. And until next time, I've been Truman.
And I've been Jesse.
And the journey continues.
Bye.